Hello, welcome back to Tottenham Logic. Before I talk football today, my heart goes out to all those families in Southport after those tragic events. Uh, this needs to stop. My heart is broken for your loss, and I just really hope we crack down on this now. It's disgusting that these events can still happen, and I just really hope that things can change. But yeah, my heart is with you, and I hope there's nothing else I can say, but my prayers are with you. So this video seems less important now, but okay. So the video today is about genius tactics that Tottenham are using to um, compete with Manchester City. Manchester City have dominated the Premier League for the past 10 years. Only Liverpool have managed to gain a victory from them in the past 7 years in 2019-2020 season, where they had to amass 99 points to do so. City have won the other six, so that's a lot of domination at the moment, and that needs to stop too. City have brought a whole squad of elite players, giving them almost two world-class players for every single position. They have money to buy the next best player. And now, because they dominate the Premier League and they dominate Europe, they can also attract the best players too. Not to mention having the best manager in the world, which also attracts the best players. And he's a born winner. Before I give you the details on how Tottenham are going to close this gap on Manchester City and how they already are closing the gap on Manchester City, please smash that like button if you think Spurs can be closer to the top this season and do you think they could break into the top three. So, Tottenham's plan to close the gap on City did not start at the beginning of last season. This started with building the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Levy knew we couldn't compete with the top teams financially, so we had to find another source of income. So he built a stadium that could host a magnitude of events, from boxing to concerts, even got a contract with American football. Obviously, COVID hindered this progress, but massively. But we are now starting to see revenue increase dramatically. Levy also knew FFP would come into place at some point in the future, as all businessmen do. So now he didn't want to jeopardize the club by overspending, which a lot of clubs are now in jeopardy, and he was spending wisely. We have now got the spending power to buy bigger names and to buy more expensive players. But as we have not won any trophies in a long time, bringing those big names in makes it difficult with us, even though having the finances. So we have now closed the gap financially. What's the next step? Well, put simply, we need to win things. And that was the main reason why Jose and Conte were brought in. But in reality, we were still spending within our means. So coaches like Conte and Mourinho are win now managers, which means they need the money now managers. It was never going to work at Spurs. So inevitably they left. But the thing I didn't agree with was Jose leaving the same week as a cup final, because we needed to win something. So we went a little bit backwards, to be honest. We needed long-term success. We needed another Poch era. But this time around, we needed an era where we were going to win things. So the next step was to build an academy filled with talent and add to that talent, sign the biggest talent around, all the youth players around the world, before they become unaffordable for Spurs. We are now starting to see progress with that as well. We need to be big globally to compete with City also. And with all the marketing done with Sonny in South Korea, we've just signed Yang Min-hyuk to carry on that legacy. We're also doing jobs in Japan. So we're going out into playing friendlies in Japan. Paratici has been doing a fantastic job of bringing unknown talent in also. But this is where signing Postecoglou was the genius part. He's already a big name in Japan. He understands the Asian market, so he knows who to bring in. Obviously signing in Yang Min-hyuk now. Put all this together, we now have an experienced manager who has won everywhere he's been, with so much belief in himself to win things. We are now a global brand from which many young footballers want to join. We are now in the strong position and FFP and revenue streams improved massively. We are now building a very strong team. The squad is getting better every transfer window. With the help of Paratici, Johan Lange and Postecoglou, we are bringing in the right players for our system, not just bringing in players because they're big names. We have realised who don't fit into our future plans and have already shipped out 8 to 9 players, with more to leave yet. Our academy won the Premier League 2 last season, so we have now 6 to 7 very talented academy players coming through. With a couple of high-profile signings this summer, I can see us really closing the gap on City. We will be within 10 points of City this end of the season if this progression keeps going. Mark my words, you can clip this if you want. In a couple of years' time, we may be even going for the title. Winning titles means players are more likely to join, and all this put together could spell massive dominance for the next few years. This long-term plan is genius, and once it all comes together, let's see how many Levy out fans there are. I'll see you on the next one.